Okay, this just came out from the Office of the President, or actually the director here, Director Russell Vaught. It's Memorandum M2034. Just came out September 4th, 2020. Memorandum for the heads of executive departments and agencies. The subject is training in federal government. It has come to the President's attention that executive branch agencies have spent millions of taxpayer dollars to date training government workers to believe divisive anti-American propaganda. Perhaps you've seen some of this. For example, according to press reports, employees across the executive branch of the government have been required to attend trainings where they are told that virtually all white people contribute to racism or are racist, or where they are required to say that they benefit from racism and white superiority or things along that nature, I'm sure. According to press reports, in some cases, these trainings have further claimed that there is racism embedded in the belief that America is the land of opportunity, or the belief that the most qualified person should receive a job. Things would have to be pretty flip-flop mentally for someone to say something like that, because America's always been the land of opportunity, and there are so many people from so many countries that would really like to get over here and get that opportunity, regardless of how oppressed some people feel. But let's just continue. These types of trainings not only run counter to the fundamental beliefs for which our nation has stood since its inception, but they also engender division and resentment within the federal workforce. Yeah, I'd say I would agree with that. We can be proud that as an employer, the federal government has employees of all races, ethnicities, and religions. Yeah, I noticed that. I agree with that too. Although there's a few of them that we've seen here lately that are real questionable whether we feel they should be in there. But I'm talking about white people. Although there's some ethnic people that are a little bit swampy and old and have said some very derogatory things just openly about our president or about things and stuff, and that doesn't look good either. Definitely, there needs to almost be a term limit type thing, but that's what this is about. But I agree that the government has people from all ethnicities off into it now. It's quite well done. Well, we can be proud that Americans from all over the country seek to join our workforce and dedicate themselves to public service. We can be proud of our continued efforts to welcome all individuals who seek to serve their fellow Americans as federal employees. However, we cannot accept our employees receiving training that seeks to undercut our core values as Americans and drive divisions within our workforce. No, definitely not. And I would say that what they're talking about would definitely do so. And it really is counterproductive, would be just a mild statement on it. The President has directed me to ensure that all federal agencies cease and desist from using taxpayer dollars to fund these divisive, un-American propaganda training sessions. According to that end, the Office of Management and Budget will shortly issue more detailed guidance on implementing the President's directives. In the meantime, all agencies are directed to begin to identify all contracts or other agency spending related to any training or critical race theory or white privilege, or any other training or propaganda effort that teaches or suggests either 1, that the United States is an inherently racist or evil country, or 2, that any race or ethnicity is inherently racist or evil. In addition, all agencies should begin to identify all available avenues within the law to cancel any such contracts or to divert federal dollars away from these un-American propaganda training sessions. Yeah, y'all probably need to look into critical race theory and watch more than one video on it. Definitely watch different people's point of view, maybe people that are on the left and the right, and its inception. I've got a little video thing I could do about it. Might throw it out before this or after. And one of those propaganda things that's being taught right after. The president and his administration are fully committed to the fair and equal treatment of individuals in the United States. The president has proven track record of standing for those whose voice has long been ignored and who have failed to benefit from all our country has to offer, and he intends to continue to support all Americans regardless of race, religion, or creed. The divisive, false, and demeaning propaganda of the critical race theory movement is contrary to all we stand for as Americans and should have no place in the federal government. I agree. I don't know where you'd stand on free speech, but in a world of real free speech that we almost, don't live in anymore here, really. But in a world of free speech, you'd have to let people talk about this thing, but you sure as hell wouldn't be funding it by the government. And you wouldn't prop up other places with cute names that seems like you can't go against its name and it have false agendas too. And one wonders whenever he does this what's going to happen. You'll see it already by the time this is out. It'll already, news will have their little thing going, and see whether they actually say anything about it whatsoever, or if they expose themselves in some way or something. Has anybody ever heard of J. Edgar Hoover and what went on back then? It's looked at as being a nightmare where they riddled through government and pretty much America trying to figure out who was trying to cause this type of adversity, because it was not just counterproductive, but all of the above. Just thought I'd bring that to your attention. I'll try to put a link to it down in the little bottom deal, but I've got to get on the other thing and back and then copy paste it in with it. It won't take it from this because it's a PDF file. Anyhow, like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy, and look for another one coming soon. Peace.